This is a pretty tough matchup for Mordekaiser in the early game, but you can win it. Exhaust helps out a lot here because it prevents a lot of his burst when he spins onto you. If he has lethal tempo, he's gonna do 3 attacks and then walk away. And that can do a lot of damage, and you can use your exhaust in an all-in if you know he's going to use those attacks. If he has lethal tempo, then he has more sustained damage. Generally speaking, you never want to fight him in the early game and you need to rush armor components. What I like to do is get plated steel caps, Warden's mail, and a Seeker's arm guard. These are going to be the 3 armor components that you want to take into Tryndamere. The Seeker's arm guard is especially good due to the stasis. You can also take heal reduction into Tryndamere if you wish later on, or even early on if you actually manage to kill him. And this is because his Q will heal him a significant amount, and he might also take Ravenous Hydra, which will also heal him. And you can cut his in-combat healing with the Ravenous Hydra lifesteal by a lot if you do this. And if he actually presses his Q while in combat, you will also cut that. The first item I like to rush after taking all of these components will be Zhonya's Hourglass. And then afterwards what you can do is take a Ronduin's Omen and heavily cut out his crit. The only time I don't do this is if I actually manage to kill him a bunch in the early game. Otherwise, you basically always go Ronduin and Zhonya's Hourglass as your first 2 items. Once you get to those 2 items, it is much easier to fight him. But until then, you have to play it a bit slowly. Another thing you can do into Tryndamere is use your ultimate on him when he has the Hail of Blades attacks, which means that the moment he uses all 3 attacks, he will have way slower attack speed and will auto attack you way less, while you auto attack him way more. W max second is also really good here because you really need to have more W uptime. When you max it second, you're actually able to use 2 Ws in a fight against Tryndamere, one at the very beginning of the fight and one around the end of it. 2 Ws in one fight is huge. Later on, you can get even 3 or 4 Ws.
Strength endures, outlasts. Strength before me.
This matchup is just straight up boring. What you want to do is rush Kaenic Rookern every single time and sit on side lane and perma split push. After your Kaenic Rookern, you can take something like Hullbreaker and then a Titanic Hydra. But you always want to rush Kaenic Rookern because it means Kennen will never ever kill you. He would need to hit you for a solid 30 seconds uninterrupted to maybe take 80% of your health. And that's not including you pressing your W to tank up. Genuinely, he will never be able to kill you. What you do is get the Kaenic Rookern, walk up to the tower, proc Demolish, and then walk away. And you keep repeating this over and over and over again. It will get to the point where Kennen will unironically need to use his ultimate on a cannon wave when you have Hullbreaker. And even when he uses his ultimate and full combo to try to kill the cannon, it's still not gonna die. You can sit under his own tower and just keep hitting it and it won't matter. The cannon's not gonna die and you can keep pushing. And you need to do this because Kennen is a teamfight menace. If you don't side lane all the time, he can go in teamfights and explode your team. So you kinda need to keep repeating this pattern. It will get very boring and very frustrating at times, but there is genuinely nothing else to it. You can't do anything else. You play it slow in the early game and try to get to your Negatron cloak and then you're mostly fine. And then, as I said before, you wait for your Kaenic Rookern and then you start hitting the tower over and over again. This is what I did in the game, but at one point I kinda had to teamfight because my team was hard losing the map. I didn't really want to, but I had no other choice.
You have slain an enemy.
I'll wet my axe on your bones. Cowards fear death.
Your turret has been destroyed.
A black eye for the order.
Ally has been slain. Slain an enemy. Slain.
of history.
This is the game that got me to 1000 LP, but I misplayed it so much. I was very frustrated at myself because I took really poor trades and I died a lot when I shouldn't have. But I eventually managed to bounce back into the game, though again I shouldn't have been as behind as I were. This matchup isn't that difficult, it's just about playing it slowly and doing your all-in timings good, as well as taking good short trades with your W and Q. In the early game you basically never want to fight Sett. What you want to do is play it super slowly until you get your plated steel caps. Once you get plated steel caps, you can go in and trade with him a bit more. And you should ideally also have 3 points in your Q. If you are hard losing like I was, you can full max your Q and then max your E. When you go in to trade with him, you can do something like auto QE and then run away. You can't do this in the super early game until you get a few points into your Q and you get at least tier 1 boots. If you do this trade pattern, he won't be able to pull you back with his E. And that way he won't hit his W in the middle, which means you win the trade. But if you stay and spin on him for longer, then he can do the combo of E plus W and then you will typically lose it. If you really want to, you can start by spinning and then doing auto Q and running away. That way you do the full spin damage and then you can still run away with phase rush and the Q silence. But be careful because this means Sett will be able to auto attack you down and use both of his Q attacks. So if you do this, make sure you have your W and you know you can actually outplay the trade. Later on into the game, Sett becomes a teamfight menace and you don't really want to go into a 5v5 against him. He can use his ultimate and do a nasty E plus W combo and that can wipe a team. If you really want to teamfight, I recommend buying Serpent's Fang. It works both on side lane and in teamfights against him. It will cut down his W shield by a lot, and if he gets Sterak's gauge, it's even better. It may actually allow you to straight up burst him before his W damage comes out. The next large power spike is going to be Stridebreaker, and once you get it, the lane is super omega easy for you in the trades. Unless Sett is much stronger than you like how he was in this game. But even when you fall behind like this, don't be scared, you can still come back.
Bow to the lion.
An enemy has been slain.
Shall never end.
An ally has been slain.
Forsaken! You have been faith in me shall be rewarded. They can kill a god.
slain. Legendary. Double kill.
Contrition will not save you. Hallowed be my name.
Down. Shut down. Triple kill. Quadra kill. An enemy has been slain. Has been slain.
Serve at my side.
Thank you guys for joining me in this video. I hope you found the information useful, and I will see you in the next video, hopefully very soon.
I am favored by the gods and awaited in the Hall of Bones.